That's pretty cool. Kind of a mini fluke. Never been snakehead fishing with a pink. Oh, that is sweet. Stubby, are you ready to try out the rod carrier? What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Today we've got an unboxing, a fun unboxing, because this is all stuff that you awesome, amazing subscribers send in, you know. I am truly lucky to have awesome people that are willing to, you know, share tips with me, gear review stuff, you know, what I should be picking up, what works where. And every time I go to my P.O. box, I'm blown away when people send me stuff, you know, as thank yous, as a gift, you know, just something cool to show people on the channel. Blows me away, the support from all of you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. So enough yapping, let's get into the cool stuff that you awesome fishing friends sent me. First off is from my guy, Tu Yang. I believe it's Real Fishing on YouTube. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he said he's learned so many things from me in my videos, especially using a Baitcaster. He sent me the Piscifin Alloy M is what I ended up getting with what he sent me. So that Piscifin reel, my first Piscifin reel, thank you so much, man. That's been to good use. I will dedicate that that review when I do that to you. You'll be the subscribed friend. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that a ton. Next, just because this is the big thing on my lap, let's go over this. Okay, this is from my guy, Mr. Sellner. You can see this is kind of a larger package. He said, thank you. He's another Iowa guy, grew up here in Iowa. He said, thank you for your bank fishing tips. Grew up here in Iowa. Love your personality and kindness. Thanks for repping Iowa right. And funny enough, I noticed I've got the Hawks on. Go Hawks. He said, I love this rod holder for pond trips. No more broken rods, Debo. Unfortunately, I have broken far more rods than I would like to admit. Stepping on them, swinging, hitting stuff. All kinds of broken rods. So this is kind of like a rod caddy deal. What is it called? Cast Tech rod caddy. So you can see it's kind of like a golf caddy thing that you can use for your reels. So, or for your rods, combos. Let me see how this goes together. I don't know how hard this is going to be to put together. Let me see. You know what? I think I need a little bit more room for this. I'm going to save this till the end and put it together in the garage and show you all what it looks like with a couple rods on it. Moving to the next package. Okay, we have Mr. Michael Steak. Michael is a good supporter of the channel. He sent me a number of goodies in here. Michael, that was too dang kind of you. I don't think Michael sent me a card, so let's just see what he sent. Tour grade swim jig, Strike King 3/8 ounce. Love those. I've used the heck out of those. That is, let's see, does it say the color? Couldn't tell you the color. It looks pretty bluegilly to me though. I like that. The Strike King swim jigs are nice. You can see with the swim jig, it's got kind of that pointed head. It's got a light weed guard, comes through the grass and such real well. Thank you very much for that one. He also sent me a Hutch Tackle swim jig. That's pretty cool. I like the colors on it. Again, a bluegill color. This one they call brown, black, I think chartreuse orange, something like that. But that looks really neat. I like that one. He also sent one of those in a black and blue, and you can see the red there just barely on it. That is a hand-tied skirt, I noticed. Looks very good. Weed guard looks nice on it. I like that. Cool. Oh, this is interesting. A Tri-Wing 1/8 ounce buzz bait. This is a black and blue. I imagine maybe some, I don't know, some really finicky pond bass? I bet would really be good for that. And it's funny because I've had people comment and say, oh, you're catching fish in a pond because anybody can do that. But yeah, maybe if you have the ability to fish like private ponds and such. You don't see me fish private stuff on my page or on my channel. Everything I fish is public and highly pressured around here. So there are times when it gets tough, I can't catch stuff even in ponds. Maybe I just suck as an angler. I don't know. But I think some of these would be pretty cool to try in the tough ponds around me that everybody in their Aunt Mary is fishing. This is kind of like a sexy shad looking color. Doesn't say the color on it, but again, 1/8 ounce. Cool. Little Tri-Wing. I have never seen or used these from Strike King. Cool. All right, Michael. And last off, some cool plastics. Now, I remember looking at these when I first got it. These are called Hutch Tackle Sauger Slayer. So if you don't know, sauger looks pretty much like a walleye. They have like, there's a sauger, walleye. Each one has different things, but pretty much all kind of that walleye looking deal. And these are really neat. So I know like trolling for walleye with my dad is not fun at all. I don't enjoy doing that, but if you get into a spot where you're jigging on them, you get on some of them in a hole, or you're cranking for them, that can be fun. But I don't necessarily think these have to be just a walleye deal. That could be like a miniature fluke that you could throw like on a mojo rig, you know, like a split shot rig. I'm even thinking you could put this on like a chatterbait. I think that would look pretty sweet on a chatterbait. So I got purple with a pearl tail and glittery kind of clear purple with a silvery glittery tail. You can see they're segmented here, so you'd rig it on like that. That way these segments kind of move back and forth, almost like the Zacho. You can see there, so the tail would move like this. I think those would be killer as a little finesse deal on a chatterbait. It looks like a kind of a mini fluke with joint hinges there. I like that. So those were the 3.75 inch. He also sent me these called the Walleye Banger. This is a 5-inch, and you can see that it's got a little paddle tail on it. I have never seen these. Very cool. That's a purple with a chartreuse tail. I mean, you could work that just like a regular fluke. You can see up here it does have a channel for the hook. So if you rig it like with a weightless hook or whatever, that hook point will sit up in that channel on top. Those are neat. I have never ever seen these. Hutch Tackle. It doesn't say where they're from. www.riverwalleyes.com. And like always, I will link all the gear. If any of these people have websites or anything, I will link it down below in the order that I'm opening. And then the last one is like, what do they call this? Chartreuse orange pepper. So you can see it's like an orange on top. This would be great to mimic like sunfish. Even a lot of the bluegill we have around here, those green sunfish. Chartreuse pepper and orange, that is sweet. Again, a little paddle tail on the back. Those are cool. Never seen those before. I'll have to check out that website. They have a little bit of scent to them. It's almost like that anise, star anise, like a licorice type smell to it. Okay, next is from my guy Chaunch, John, another good supporter of the channel. I gave some of his stuff away in a giveaway, the last one. Super nice guy, has been a supporter of the channel for a long time. He took the time to write me a note here. So awesome when people do this. He said, always great videos, bud. Love watching them. A little something here for you. Said since he knows I'm a Topwater guy, and I definitely am. Everything in this box is JDM, so the Japanese domestic market manufacturing. Most are Japanese exclusive and not sold in the US. Okay, so the first one was the Old North Butt Frog. Okay, these things truly are something else. Old North Butt. Now, what makes these so weird, you can see they've got little holes on them. I have never seen anything like this. I remember checking these out when he sent it because I'm like, what is it that he just sent? Now they've got a bunch of round weights in here. I'm trying not to spill everything, but it's a frog and I spilt it anyway. It's a frog and you can see they have different weights and different beads you can put in. So these are like plastic beads. And then they also come with, it looks like almost crimped split shot looking little lead balls. And you can put these balls in here and vary the depth of it, how it sinks, how it sits. And the weird thing is, you can see the hooks are on bottom. So it says this is a bottom hook facing frog. I don't even know what to say. This thing is crazy. It's from a very small company in Japan. The owners actually assembled these frogs. He said to please use super good glue. Make sure you push the weights in and glue them. He said otherwise they will fall out. They're designed for snake heads that have a giant lower jaw. Would be interesting to see if the reverse hooks work for bass. That's really cool. I have never seen anything like this. I've never been snakehead fishing, but I would love to catch some snakeheads on frogs. You can see it's got like a welded split ring looking deal there for you to tie it on, and it's essentially like a walking frog. It's got little stabilizer fins. Those are crazy. I have never seen such a thing, and that kind of makes sense that he said they were made for snakeheads with the big lower jaw. So he sent me that white one and then that teal color. We're coming up on the end of frogging season. We're going to try to put those to use, John. But this is the Megabass Pop Max. He said this is super cool because it's got holes. Hopefully I don't poke myself here. It's got holes in the front of the popper that go out the gills, so when you pop it, it leaves like a bubbly, blooping like trail. Really cool, really neat looking little popper. I like that. It's like a beluga color. It's got the chartreuse feather dress treble in back. I have heard nothing but good stuff out of these. We're going to try to get some fish on this too. It's got like a one knocker in there, not super low, not real high pitched. Looks really good. Hooks on it are nice and sharp for sure. Yikes. There it is, the Megabass Pop Max. Very cool little lure there. Thank you so much. Okay, next is the Jackhammer by Morizo Shimizu, I think it is. These are evergreens. He said you will not find these colors in the US, only sold in Japan. So he said this is cold shad with the pink on it. So you can see it's like a white with a pink. And then this one he said was released just a few months ago, citrus shad. So I think it says Modo on it, or Mozo. Evergreen, Jackhammer. Apparently you can't find these. Both half ounce. Yeah, both half ounce. Can't find these in the US. Dude, John, those are freaking sweet. I'm going to have to throw these when I get out in the John boat because I do not want to hang these up from the bank. That pink color is sick. It's like a pink iridescent. And shad around here, if you ever notice, the shad have that real iridescent blue kind of pink. That is awesome. That color is sweet. Both of those are sweet. Very, very cool, dude. Okay, last is the Bug Dog from Jackal. He wrote me a little explanation of this, and these things are cool because they're a topwater lure. He said very finesse. As you can see, no hooks in it. You actually take the hook, and it shows the diagram here. You take the hook and hook it in the nose of it. So, you know, you'll often see bluegill, other fish eating bugs, you know, when they land on the water and they're kind of fluttering around. This is kind of cool. It comes with extra legs and an extra pair of wings in there, I guess in case they get ripped off or whatnot. I see why it comes with extra wings. Those wings are like a papery. Those are super realistic. Look at that thing. That is so neat. And the head of it is like a, I guess like a soft plastic in the middle, and the rest of it's actually hard. So it's not a soft plastic bait, it's hard. That thing is neat looking. That looks just like a bee, and I can guarantee those little legs are going to move. Those little wings are going to look just like something on the top of the water. He just popped that around a little Topwater. He said, throw on finesse, light line, light hook. He said he got him to mimic cicadas in his area and had luck on them. Those are awesome. Those are super cool little things. So I got that one. I couldn't tell you the color of it. And then this is like a white and brown. Those are so cool. John, thank you so much. Those are freaking awesome. Can't wait to fish those. All right, next up, plastics. I hope these are right. Mr. Stubby Dog knocked over the box, and I think some of these might have got mixed up. I think I got them all picked up correctly, but said, hey, Debo, this is from Fortny Plastics. Hope you enjoy the plastics. Catch some fish on them. He said he's been a fan for a while. Can't wait to see you show these on your channel. Well, brother, thank you so much. He's making his own plastics. Very cool. I'm going to lay a bunch of these out on the table and kind of do some B-roll over it. But just to show you a couple of these that I thought were cool, that color there, now I wish it was like a little bit darker blue. That blue is neat though. I can see that going on like a chatterbait. It's just got kind of the curly tails there. Those babies kicking back and forth. It's kind of got that rib body. I think that would be a cool chatterbait trailer. It's nice and small. And then he also sent me a number of his little swim baits that he poured. Very cool looking. You can tell that's a nice little perch pattern there. You can dip some of those. I mean, you could fish that weightless on the back of something. You know, just a regular white pearly paddle tail. Those are so hard to beat. For whatever reason in the river, white, you know, that pearl color always does well for me. I don't fish the river enough, but hopefully I will be doing some more of that. So, Fortny Plastics, thank you so much, man. Very cool stuff there. Awesome to see other home, you know, builders and makers out there creating their own tackle. Okay, next is from Mr. Stevenson. So this is from Jared. Jared makes some of his own jigs. Wanted to send me a couple and see my thoughts on them. So you can see that's to me there. Debos Fishing, my P.O. Box. I always list my P.O. Box below. In case you want to send me any of this stuff, I would be happy to give you my thoughts on it. Check them out. But he's making some of his own jigs. Now, I am a fan of the jig game. He knows I am also a fan of the finesse jigs. Look at that. He's doing some of his own finesse cut jigs. Hand-tied skirt there. You can see he's using the copper wire. I love that. Awesome, dude. That's got a good, stout little hook on it. I like that hook that he's using in there, too. I wish I had that that hook on my finesse jigs. Nice, heavier, a little bit heavier wire hook than what I'm using. And he's got kind of that brush jig head. So I've got some of these, and I want to say, I don't know if they use this kind of hook or not, but that kind of brush head with that nice thicker hook, perfect. You can see he's got a nice good weed guard on there. Again, hand-tied skirt. Brother, you are well on your way to making some awesome jigs. Those are great. Love the finesse cut, that kind of green shiner look, and then kind of your orange and brown crawdad. Dude, keep it up. So awesome to see people making their own tackle. It's so much fun, and in case you run out of stuff, or you know, you want a certain color, or really dial it into your lake, that's what you can do with making this stuff. Of course, I partnered up with the good folks over at Do It this year. Such good people, and I mean, making your own lures is so addicting and fun. Even if you're not, you know, making stuff to sell, just making your own thing and catching something, a fish on something that you created, such a cool feeling. So thank you so much for sending those, man. Next up, I have Mr. Troy Piper sent me in some, oh, this is from, he wrote, I think I pronounced it wrong last time. He wrote on there exactly what it is and pronunciation. Sangamon. Sorry, man. I'm not an English major. I don't read the words very well sometimes, but that is a cool look. You can see this one, nice sharp hook. This one, though, has like the actual molded head with the eye. The other one I was using was just like the bullet type. Really cool, nice big blade on there. Great for that muddy water, especially this fall after we get some rain. Those fish are feeding on shad. You can tell he took attention to detail. He did the paint and glitter, everything on the head, multi-layer color. Very good work, dude. Love it. That other one caught me a very good bass this year. A couple, and I ended up losing it. So thanks for sending this one. And then one of his new chatterbaits, or I should say vibrating jig. I forget what he calls them. There wasn't a letter in there. But he's done kind of an upgraded version on his vibrating jig. So you can see there, it is put together with the split ring. I know some people don't like that. I've had good luck with the ones that I've used so far. Very good looking chatterbait there. That's going to be, or I should say bladed jig. I don't know what he calls them. He'll probably comment down below and let you all know. But I'll link his site. Very nice look to it there. I like the all white. Again, that would be perfect in the river. Good size to it. Super duper sharp hook on that baby. Look at that. Nice. Love it. Thank you so much for sending those, man. Okay, next is from Mr. Reynolds. What did Mr. Reynolds send me here? So, Debo, really enjoy the channel. I've also picked up some great pointers from you. Keep the awesome content coming. I enclosed a couple 3/8-ounce jigs I put together myself. Hope you like them. Feel free to share them with Dizzle. From South Carolina. Well, brother, thank you so much. The one I'm keeping out of here, I noticed as soon as I took it out of the bag. Surprise, surprise, black and purple. I think black and purple is highly underrated. A very nice archy style head there. You can see that archy head with the black and blue glitter in it. I like that. Very nice. It's got the black with blue glitter and then the purple kind of June bug belly. Love that. Absolutely love that color. Highly underrated. It's got a banded skirt. I don't know if he hand tied it under there. I can't tell. I think it's just a regular banded skirt and then your normal lead keeper. So looks good, especially fishing from the bank. You lose them a little bit quicker than, you know, if you're fishing from a boat. So I don't think a hand tied skirt is necessary bank fishing. I lose so many jigs. You know, obviously Randall can attest to that. You lose so many jigs bank fishing. I don't think you need to worry about hand tied skirts just because you get them snagged so often. So no use in putting the time into that. I have no problem not fishing or fishing a jig that's not hand tied. Again, archy style head there. It works so well if you're dragging it. You can bring it up over brush. Comes around, you know, most things pretty darn well. A great do-it-all jig. Good sharp hook. Weed guard matches the head. Absolutely love it. Good work, sir. I like those both. Awesome. Okay, next up a package from Miss Leanne. Leanne is always in the comment section, always watching the videos. I appreciate you, Leanne. She said, my best friend's husband was a tournament fisherman for years. He and a couple of his buddies started a lure making business. They work in the evenings, just like me, after hours, after work doing this stuff. Some cool hand-tied spinner baits. Check them out. They finally actually got them in a local Shields. That is awesome. Keep going. I am always a fan of the folks who start, you know, any sort of, you know, small business, especially within the fishing realm, trying to help support them. So Adrenaline Tackle is the name of it. This is called Gray Ghost. So actually a cool little like spinnerbait packaging. I've never seen anything in like that. It's like a little Velcro deal. So you could even, you know, throw a few like this in your bag and do that. But that is a very nice looking spinnerbait. I like the head on that. It's got like a rounded, you can see that, almost like a ball head, but comes to a little bit of a point there. That's cool. It almost reminds me of like the KVD spinnerbaits, but super sharp hook on it. It's like a bloody, or like a, you know, a red, like flaking, almost looks like a bloody sprinkled shad. See, it does have the hand-tied skirt there with the wire. That is sweet. I like the Willow and Little Colorado. Very nice looking. And then they also do their brush jig, which was the same style we were just looking at before. 3/8 ounce and like a green pumpkin with like a root beer green flake. That would be awesome to mimic sunfish and such around here. I love it. Awesome. Adrenaline Tackle. I will leave their stuff linked below. Like I said, for any of these, I will link the company below. Thank you so much, Leanne, for sending those. Those are sweet. And let's see what we have here. This was from Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed sent a note that says... he said, hey, Deebs. I had a bunch of people that used to call me Deebs back in the day. So I wanted to send this to you for putting together all the great content that you do. Been watching my stuff and learning. Your unboxings have cost you way too much. He said, LOL. He said, here's some stuff. But he said this is from his very first batch of making baits. Well, Mr. Reed, thank you so much, dude. I did look at these earlier when you sent them. Dude, you're doing an awesome job. That's like your watermelon red flake. Your little craw, beavery type deal there. And then that same color he sent me in a couple stick baits. Dude, you are well on your way to making some awesome stuff. I like both of those. And those are like essential, you know, your watermelon red. Awesome work, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for sending some of those in. Next up, we have, this doesn't have a name on it. Okay, this is from Mr. Irwin. Now, Mr. Irwin is a bait painter like myself. I'm not going to go through and read all this, but essentially wrote the note to say thank you for everything that I'm doing and said that he wandered away from fishing for a while, kind of got back into it. So kind of like me, you know, I was away from fishing for a time, got back into it. But he said, here's my ribbon shad I painted in a peacock bass style. Might be good as a perch even. I started painting around the time you did and enjoyed those videos very much. Dude, this thing is freaking sweet. So this is called a ribbon shad, and it's interesting. I haven't seen these. There's like a ribbon or some sort of material inside there. So instead of being jointed, you know, with like split rings and screws and such, it's like a ribbon in there that it's jointed on. Dude, you nailed it. This thing looks sweet. Cool eyes, kind of like the purpley up top. That is awesome. He said like a peacock bass, or you could even use that to mimic perch. Dude, that's sweet. I need to get that baby out, throw it. Looks like it's got some mustad triple grips on there, nice and sharp. It's got the hook holder that spins down there. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much for sending that in. That is freaking cool. Love it. All right, and the last one for this batch from Mr. Emery sent me over some plastics and such. I think there is a letter in here. Okay, okay. Also from the Chatterbugs are from 9K Lures. And then some soft plastics from B&N Custom Baits. I've included the website from where you can order them from, so I will leave the websites linked below. Now those babies are awesome. Look at those. Those look just like the Berkley flatworms. Let me show you here. Which are impossible to get. I know, I don't know whose mold this is, but I know Do It released a mold like the flatworm mold, so you can make your own flatworm type deals of these, just because they're so dang hard to find through like the Berkley power bait. But that's like a smoke with purple. That's awesome. He did some of these wacky rig Senkos, so you can see these are like stick bait looking deals, but they have a ball in the middle. I really like this. This is like a magic craw. So you can see it's got a ball in the middle there. It's got kind of two bulbed larger ends there. You wacky rig it. And that baby's doing all kinds of wacky business. He sent over a couple of these guys, some in like a clearish, almost like a green bluegill. This is the one I like. Like a smoky June bug kind of look to it. They almost look like, is it the Z-Craw from Zoom? I think that's what those were, the Z-Craws. I don't remember, but had the two kind of tails like this and had the rib body. Those are cool. Great as like a little jig or swim jig trailer. I like those. Sent over some larger beaver baits and kind of like a bluegill, all sorts of different flake in there. That one is cool. And then also paddle tails. So your Kitech type paddle tail. Some white and gold and some black and blue. These are the Chatterbugs from 9K Elite Lures. These look cool. I like the little head design on that. You can see almost looks like that that spinnerbait we were looking at earlier. Cool head design there. You can see it does have the split ring. I know some people are kind of torn on that. Hook is super duper sharp. That's neat. Is this hand tied? I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't really matter to me all the time. It is a hand tied skirt. They do hand tie it with thread. This has like a matte black blade, but look at that. That's like green, pumpkin, purple. Oh, that is sweet. I need to get that baby out right now. Some of those trailers you sent would be perfect on here too. Dude, those are super solid. That, especially that black or that dark green pumpkin purple, that is awesome. Stubby, are you ready to try out the rod carrier? All right, well, Fishing Friends, apparently I overcomplicated this thing out in my garage, and I can see that it's already actually like put together. So that's all it is. It already comes just like that. The rest of the stuff was for mounting that onto like your truck or a wall. I'm not going to use it for that. I'll use it for like the ponds and stuff. You can see it just kind of pops up there. Now, Stubby, do we have a rod that we can put on here? That's how it's going to hold them in there. Then it's got these little like rubber strap deals that I guess you just kind of take and put around it like that. Oops, this one didn't go. That one I accidentally had behind it. There we go, like that. So there you can see that if you want to pick these up and just move, you can carry all four of your rods like that. Then when you get to the spot that you're fishing, this little deal just kind of pops out like so, and you can leave it sitting there. That's actually pretty cool. That way you don't forget them. Would you carry this? Would you carry this rod holder? Not so much. All right, well, that is a pretty cool thing. Thank you so much for sending it in. Stubby, I don't think we'll get him strapped to this thing to carry him around, but very cool idea. I can see that being awesome. If you're just hitting like one pond or whatnot, keep them all from laying over and getting broke. All right, Fisher friends, comment below and let me know what was your favorite thing out of that box. I know the Chatterbugs look awesome. This little fly thing, that thing is super neat. I need to get like my trout spinning rod out, try some of those out. I mean, and of course this crazy upside down, downward hook frog thing. We got to try that out soon. But lots of cool stuff there. Comment below and let me know what you want to see. I've actually got enough stuff for another unboxing. Philip or Mr. Cheek, I do have your Palmetto State Armory stuff still, all the things for the blueback herring. We're going to be doing a cool video on that soon. Like I said, too much cool stuff, not enough time. I need to find a way to do this full-time, people. And you all can help me with that. Make sure you leave a like if you like the stuff down below. If you like the videos, always leave recommendations. That helps me out. Subscribe if you're not. I'm always astounded by the number of people who watch. You know, more than 60% of people are watching and aren't subscribed, so I always find that interesting. But comment, let me know what you like. I'm going to try to keep doing this stuff. Today's subscribe fishing friend is all of you, everybody that sent stuff in. Again, thank you all so much. I know I say it, but I truly do mean it. You are the awesomest, coolest fishing friends out there. People sending me stuff like this, I'm blown away. So I need to get editing. Thank you all for watching, and until next time.